are your official Wildcat and Ladycat station, KSST 1230 AM Sulphur Springs, Texas. It's time for Ladycat Volleyball. Let's go to Canton, where tonight's game was called by KSST Sports Director Don Julie. Don?
James Terry, thank you very much, and welcome everyone into the main gym here at Canton, home of the Canton Eagles. And we have area action in the volleyball playoffs. The Forney Lady Rabbits of District 13-5A with a record of 29-9. And the Sulphur Springs Ladycats with a record of 24-17. Forney out of District 13-5A, the Ladycats out of District 15-5A. And I believe there are three of our teams that are still around. I think Royce City got beat out in the first round. But Greenville, us, and Lindale, we saw Lindale win. They were our first game when we played White House. Excuse me, not White House. We played Hallsville over at Tyler Junior College in that doubleheader. This will be just the single game. And the winner will face the winner of a contest between Midlothian and Greenville. And there is some anticipation among the Wildcat or Ladycats faithful that we might get another chance with Greenville. And they say, oh, by the way, wouldn't it be fabulous if we could get A&M Commerce? That would be fabulous. But there's work to be done here for the Ladycats before we start having such daydreams, because they've got a tough Forney team that over the last 5 times they've played us, they've won 4 of them. We did win at home last year, kind of break that streak up a little bit. 2 teams played earlier in the season, but I'm not sure there's anything very relevant about an August 20th game between these 2 teams. As Coach Bailey Dorner was talking about how many changes she's made and positioned girls that she's moved around since that is completely, really basically a different team. So that's what we've got coming up. And, of course, everybody's still buzzing about that Ladycats win over Hallsville, just because of the sheer beauty of that win. It was just crisply done by the Ladycats. If not the best game they've played all year, then it's definitely in the top 2. I think Coach Dorner was torn between the district opener against Royce City. That was such a sharp game. And then that thing of beauty the other night against Hallsville, that these ladies came out laser focused and just never quit. They just took it all the way to the wire. I kept waiting for the run to come from Hallsville, and they just had a tough time all night long against the Ladycats. So, area softball, and I did some little research. You may have seen it. Basically, the area, since we've started making the playoffs, that goes back to about, I believe, the 15 season. And we've made the playoffs like 4 out of the last 5 years, missing last year. But it all started back in 15. Allison Irvin, the coach, and that team went to area. They won against Corsicana first game and ended up playing Mansfield Legacy. And that very strong Legacy team had a big win in area. But tonight it's Forney and the Ladycats. And I think they may have roped David Carrillo into doing some announcements of both teams here. And right now I can't tell. They're off to my right, and I'm sitting there trying to look through Doug, and he's been drinking muddy water tonight. But anyway, perhaps Coach Carrillo, oh, I see him, he's down below, and he does look, yes, he has mic in hand. So Coach Carrillo will be reading or introducing us to both of these teams here. And whether or not there'll be a national anthem, I'm not sure. He may have one stored on his laptop down there somewhere, or maybe Canton has one. But we're just seconds away as the officials are walking across the court to the opposite side. I understand they're with our Northeast Texas chapter. And one of the officials I recognized from the Hallsville game the other night. And I'm not sure. He probably will be down on the court, I believe, down below us. He was in the Eagles' nest the other night. Here's David Carrillo.
Welcome to tonight's area volleyball contest between the visiting 15-5A Sulphur Springs Ladycats and the home team 13-5A Forney Lady Rabbits. Before we introduce the lineup of both teams, would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem? First, the visiting Sulphur Springs Ladycats. Number 1, Harris Pickett. Number 2, Brooklyn Burnside. Number 3, Sadie Washburn. Number 4, Peyton Hammett. Number 5, Shella Moya. Number 6, Aaliyah Abrams. Number 8, Nala Lindy. Number 9, Dereja Audrey. Number 10, Erica Van Becker. Number 11, Sydney Washburn. Number 13, Haley Malone. Number 14, Caroline Hurley. And then coach of the Ladycats, Danny Dorner, assisted by Jared Hammett, David Grillo, and Shay Shaker. And now introducing the home team, Forney Lady Rabbits. Number 1, Kareem Taysom. Number 3, Shelby Houston. Number 4, Emily Cheney. Number 5, Brooke Johnson. Number 7, Maddie Becker. Number 8, Savannah Whitaker. Number 9, Taylor Wells. Number 10, McKinley Tickle. Number 11, Macy Wells. Number 12, Emily Alvarez. Number 16, Bethany Jones. Number 18, London Skipper. Number 22, Savannah Derrichet. Number 24, Carson Allen. The head coach for the Lady Rabbits is Richard James, assisted by Johnny McCoy, Amanda Balls, and Patty Evans. Good luck, ladies.
And David Carrillo with the announcements. Somebody let the cat out of the bag that he had a little bit of experience doing this, and so he got elected. Canton did not have an announcer in the building, so David volunteered to do that. He's a heck of a guy and will do that sort of thing, even when he probably would have had somebody else do that if he if he could have made the decision. But appreciate David. And teams huddling up now on both sides of the court. Forney, for our radio audience, will be to our left, and the Ladycats to our right. As Jackson Cheney just came in, a baseball player for the Wildcats. Good to see him among the crowd tonight. And we're just about ready to get underway, and from the looks of things, it looks like Aaliyah Abram is back. Will be starting the service for the Lady Cats. And both teams have to get their liberos in there. And making those substitutions right now, which will put Maddie Becker in there for Forney and Paris Pickett in there for the Lady Cats. Canton, Texas, home of the Canton Eagles. In a green gym here, lots of green. I'm staring at a big eagle across the way with its talons flashing, wingspan. And Aaliyah Abram ready to get us going here. I think I'm going to shift left a little bit. Can work around Doug there. And here comes Aaliyah Abram with the first serve of the game, and it's over. There's a second Forney hit up to the net. They hit it across. Good dig. Peyton Hammock up in the air. Paris Pickett and over by Sadie Washburn. Hit back by Forney, blocked and over back to the Forney side by the Lady Cats. And there's a shot went wide by Forney. The Lady Cats leading 1-0. And Aaliyah Abram will have another serve here for the Lady Cats. As Rusty Harden is strolling in. Here's the serve by Aaliyah Abram. Forney sets it up to the net and hit a good shot, a kill there by Forney by Shelby Houston. And we're tied 1-1. And Forney now serving, and this will be their libero. This is Maddie Becker. Becker serve, and it went long, just long, and the Lady Cats leading 2-1. And Chella Moya will check in, and she will be serving for the Lady Cats. Coach Bailey Dorner, assisted by Jared Hammock, David Carrillo, and Shay Schaefer. Moya's serve is a good one. And, Forney hit it once, and then they couldn't get to the ball. Point for the Lady Cats, and they're up 3-1. Another serve coming for Chella Moya. Chella's serve, into the net. And the Lady Cats lead is down to 3-2. And now checking in off the Forney bench to serve is Corrine Taysom. She's a sophomore setter. And her serve is good, hit by Moya. Popped up by Hammock. Sadie Washburn with a slam, but Forney keeps it alive and sets up the net. And over it goes, and it was tipped by the Lady Cats and then fell in on their court. We're tied at 3. So another serve coming for Taysom of the Forney Lady Rabbits. Those wascally rabbits are in the gym. Taysom with a serve. Over it goes. And boy, not very good reaction on that by the Lady Cats as they let it fall in there. Forney leads 4-3. First lead in the contest. And Taysom with another serve coming for the Lady Rabbits. Hit by Abram. Hammock pops it up and over by Aaliyah Abram. And Forney will set up the net. And a good kill by Forney. And let's see if I can get a number on that. Hard to read off the front. I think that's Bethany Jones. Yeah, that's got to be. There's nothing even close. It's either 15 or 16. They don't have a 15. So Bethany Jones makes it Forney lead 5-3. And Taysom with another serve coming for the Lady Rabbits. It's over. Hit by Sadie Washburn. Set up Hammock to Sadie, and she put it over. Forney keeps it alive, returns it. Hit Hammock high in the air. Paris Pickett high in the air and over by Brooklyn Burnside. Forney again will set up the net. A good try for a kill. The Lady Cats, they hit it back, but they barely got it across the net. And boy, Bethany Jones made them pay for that ball that just got over the net on the second hit. Lady Cats probably could have used a third hit and have Forney leads 6-3. There's Taysom's serve into the net. And the Lady Cats now trail 6-4, and Brooklyn Burnside is now serving for the Lady Cats. Brooklyn serve on the way, a good one. Forney will set up the net. Feathered over into an open spot. That's more open space that we've seen in the first few minutes of this match than we saw all the other night against Hallsville. And Forney leads 7-4, and Bethany Jones with another kill. A Forney serve is dug by Chelamoya back across. Forney again will push it over. Hammock pops it up. And now, a good finish there by Sadie Washburn on the kill. And the Lady Cats are back to within 7-5. And Sadie Washburn back to serve. Brooke Johnson was the last server for the Forney Lady Rabbits. Sadie Washburn with a serve for the Lady Cats. It's over. Forney will set up the net. And a whistle blows and a two-hit violation against Forney. And the Lady Cats trail now only 7-6. Sadie Washburn with another serve coming, and this one is over. Second hit by Forney, and they push it over with two hands. Paris Pickett high in the air, Hammock high in the air, and Sadie Washburn unloads with a beautiful kill that Forney put in about the third row on the far side. We're tied at 7. And the crowd down below, Sulphur Springs, getting rowdy. Sadie Washburn with another serve coming, and this one's good. Forney will set up the net and drive it, but it went wide. I was checking to make sure there was not a deflection. The Lady Cats now lead 8-7. They've scored the last 4 points. Sadie Washburn serving. And over it goes. Forney will back set it now, and over it goes. Hit high in the air, Hammock. Moya pops it up. Erica Van Bentham slams it across. Forney keeps it alive, and they'll set up the net and push it over. Lady Cats right back over. Here's the second Forney hit. They'll set up the net and drive it over. Good dig, Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Erica Van Bentham drives it back across. Forney back across. Lady Cats second hit, and nobody can get to that one. Everybody kind of sucked in, and the ball came near the sideline, and nobody was left there. And we're tied at 8. Bethany Jones now serving for Forney. She is a senior. And we're tied at 8. This has been a tight one. Over it goes, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it back. Sadie Washburn drives it across. Forney will keep it alive. This is her third hit, and over it goes. Hit by Nyla Lindley to Hammock, and over by Erica Van Bentham. Now set up on the net for Forney, and they hit it again into an open spot. Kind of a miss hit, but it just floated right into the open spot. There was Brooke Johnson with a kill, and Forney is up 9-8. And wait a minute. Seems like we have Hammock serving, but I thought they got that point. They're going to have changed the score, I believe, to 8-9. Yes, Lady Cats did get the point. There's a setup, and feathered over, a good kill there by Sydney Washburn. So that last point actually went to the Lady Cats, and they now lead 10-8. I did not see what reversed that one, but here's the serve by Hammock, and it went wide. Went across the net, but went too wide right down in front of us. And the Lady Cats lead is sliced to 10-9. And in now to serve for Forney is Carson Riley, a sophomore setter. And Riley served, into the net. And the Lady Cats are up 11-9. Sure, their nerves a little bit on both sides in the big area match. And Paris Pickett now back to serve for the Lady Cats, as Jake and Meredith Cadell have found their way into the gym. There's Forney setting it up to the net, and over it goes. Hit high in the air, Hammock. Washburn high in the air, and over nicely by Paris Pickett. Forney will set the net again. The shot was blocked by either Sadie Washburn, more than likely, but it could have been Brooklyn Burnside. And the Lady Cats are up 12-9. Paris Pickett with another serve coming for the Lady Cats. Paris serve on the way. That's way too long. And the Lady Cats lead sliced to 12-10. Both teams with a little bit of serving difficulty here in set one. In now into serve is Emily Cheney, a senior for Forney. And the hit is across, hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Sydney Washburn, good kill by Sid. And the Lady Cats are up 13-10. Boy, Sydney really kind of a steady player. Always count on Sydney Washburn, seems like. Aaliyah Abram now serving for the Lady Cats. They're up 13-10. Abram's serve is a good one. Here's the second hit by Forney. This will have to go over, and it's blocked, but the Lady Cats could not get it back across. They did get it back across, and then Forney found the Lady Cats court. That is an unbelievable hit to get that back across. I'd already given up on that one. It did go back across, but Forney hit a perfect shot right on the sideline. And the Lady Cats lead sliced to 13-11. And now Maddie Becker, libero with a serve, hit by Leah Abram, over by Hammock. But Forney keeps it alive and pushes it over, blocked by the Lady Cats. Forney keeps it alive. They set up the net, goes over, hit by Hammock, high in the air. Paris Pickett high in the air, up near the net, pushed over with the left hand by Sadie Washburn. Nicely done to avoid the net. Hit back across by Forney. Lady Cats set up the net, and again Sydney Washburn with a big kill. And that's another one for Sydney. And the Lady Cats leading 14-11. And Chilamoya in to serve for the Lady Cats. Kind of a familiar feeling to the start here. Very much reminds me of the Hallsville game. Lady Cats out in the lead. Chilamoya with a serve, a good one. Second Forney hit, they'll set up the net. Oh, they mishit it, but it trolled across the net and somehow found the Lady Cats court. Sometime a mishit is the best thing you can do. That ball was twisting and turning. Lady Cats lead reduced to 14-12. And I think this is Taysom, who served very effectively early, and she's back in there. There's her serve. Hit by Moya. Hammock sets it up. Brooklyn Burnside fires away. Forney keeps it alive. They'll set it back up toward the net. Shot is blocked. Forney keeps it alive. They set it back, and then the shot is blocked again. That was Brooklyn Burnside with a beautiful block. 15-12. Lady Cats up. Early Bird Award, by the way, goes to Brooklyn's parents. They were the first parents I saw in the gym tonight. Lady Cats leading 15-12. We're in set one. Let's take a break here. We'll be back in a moment. Well, we're in set one. A timeout just taken. And the Lady Cats are leading Forney by the score of 15-12. Some of our favorite basketball players heading by. I see Grayson McClure, Cameron Kahn, Day-Day Hall. And there's a young man, I'm going to have to find out his name. He's been to both volleyball games. And, of course, he's following in some good footsteps there behind Cameron Kahn and Day-Day Hall. Brooklyn Burnside with another serve here. And the Lady Cats up 15-12. Burnside serve hit by Forney. There's the second hit. This will have to go over, and does. Dug by Abram. Hammock sets it up. And Nyla Lindley very alertly got it back across. Forney sets up the net, and a beautiful kill by Brittany Jones. And she's been the big-time finisher. That's senior for the Forney Lady Rabbits. And the Lady Cats lead is sliced to 15-13. And now in to serve is Shelby Houston. No, that's another number. It ticked across the net. The Lady Cats returned it. Forney's return is returned by the Lady Cats. They set up the net, hit by Leah Abram. Hammock pops it up. Sadie Washburn blasted away. The shot was blocked, but it looked like it went out of bounds, but it was ruled inbounds. So it is a good hit. Didn't look like the way to me, but I guess it caused the deflection, but still, I thought a deflection, that would 15-14 now, and the serve into the net for Forney. But the side judge did rule the ball in. Lady Cats leading 16-14. And Sadie Washburn to serve. It's a good one. It's up near the net. Forney pops it up and got it across. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up to Erica Van Bentham, who powered it back across. Forney returned it. Lady Cats' third shot. Nyla Lindley hit it too long. She really powered the ball, but it went about a foot past the back line. And a tight match here. Forney is back within one at 16-15. And here's the serve, Bethany Jones. Oh, it ticked across the net. Oh, good job by Hammock to get it out of the net. The Lady Cats return it. Paris Pickett high in the air. Hammock will set it up to Erica Van Bentham. She slams it back across. Forney keeps it alive, returns it. Moya high in the air. Oh, but once again, just over the net, and that is feast time for Forney. That ball just creeping over the net. And Forney has tied it at 16. This has been a tight one. Bethany Jones with another serve, and that's across the back line. And the Lady Cats are up 16-15. And Peyton Hammock now serving for the Lady Cats. Area volleyball from Canton, Texas. Here's the serve now by Peyton Hammock. Second hit by Forney, and over it goes, dug by Sadie Washburn. Hammock pops it up, Sydney Washburn, and she powers away, but Forney kept this one alive and got it back across. Paris Pickett a dig. Hammock sets it up. Sydney Washburn's shot is blocked by Forney, and they got the point. And we're tied at 17. Boy, this one's been tied 17-16. And then it was way back when. Something like 8-8. Here's a Forney serve. It's over. Paris Pickett hit it. Hammock will pop it back, and Sadie Washburn hammers it over. Forney will set up the net and push it across, and hit by the Lady Cats, and they couldn't get to it. Forney leads 18-17. Another serve, a second serve now for Carson Riley. Timeout taken by Lady Cats coach Bailey Dorner. We're in set number one. It's Forney 18, the Lady Cats 17. We'll take a break, back in a moment. Forney 18, the Lady Cats 17, and Riley with another serve coming for the Forney Lady Rabbits. And here's Riley's serve, and it goes across, hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock high in the air. Sadie Washburn powers it over and got a good kill, hit just on the sideline in front of the flag judge, and we're tied at 18. Numerous ties in this set through the first 18 points. The Lady Cats were out to about a 3-point lead at one time, several occasions. Forney, I don't think, has had much more than a 1-point lead. Here's Paris Pickett with a serve. Forney sets it up at the net. Shot is blocked by the Lady Cats. I think Brooklyn Burnside had another block. It could have been Sydney Washburn, but I think Brooklyn got that one. Lady Cats leading 19-18. Paris Pickett serving. And there's Paris's serve up near the net for Forney. They tried to dig it out, could not. Riley did a pretty good job of trying to get it out of there, but that's a tough play. We saw Hammock do that a while ago. Lady Cats leading 20-18, and Paris Pickett with another serve. Over by Paris. Dug back by Forney, hit by Sadie Washburn. Set up to the net, Brooklyn Burnside, but she powered it over the back line. She didn't get on top of that one like she usually does and hit it more straight, and it went sailing over the back line. And the Lady Cats lead trimmed to 20-19. Here's a Forney serve hit by Erica Van Bentham. Hammock sets it up to Erica, and she hammers it across. Forney keeps it alive. They set up toward the net, got it across, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will send it back to Sydney Washburn, fires away. Forney kept it alive and hit it, blocked by the Lady Cats, and they got the point. And they lead 21-19. The Lady Cats serving again, Aaliyah Abram. If it was baseball, that would be the top of the order because she's the top server for the Lady Cats. Then Chella Moya usually, and Brooklyn Burnside, and on it goes. And here's the serve, Aaliyah Abram. And, into the net. Oh, my, critical there with a 2-point lead to give up the point there. 21-20. And now the libero, Maddie Becker, serving for Forney, and it's over. Hit by Leah Abram. Hammock pops it up to Sydney Washburn, who hammers it across. Oh, good dig by Forney. And they return it. The Lady Cats block it, but it ended up on their side. And we're tied at 21. Becker with another serve coming for Forney Lady Rabbits. And there's a serve popped over, hit by Abram to Hammock. Sets up Sadie Washburn, who kind of mishit. And it just fell right in there into an open spot in the court. Now, Sadie, you tell me you meant to do that. If you did, that was a beauty. 22-21, but looked like a mishit to me. Here's Chella Moya. Sometimes mishits are really good. Good serve by Chella. There's a second hit, Forney. This will have to go over. Oh, into the net. And the Lady Cats take a big 23-21 lead. Timeout taken, Forney. Richard Haynes, who's been at Forney for some time. He was the coach back in 16 when the two teams played, and my district still around. Lady Cats leading in set 1, 23-21. We'll take a break. Back in a moment. Chella Moya serving for the Lady Cats, leading 23-21, set 1. A good serve by Chella. There's the second Forney hit up toward the net and feathered over, hit high in the air. Paris Pickett. Hammock sets it up. Sadie Washburn with the left hand. Oh, Forney kept it alive, and then one of their players backed off the ball, and it landed in. The Lady Cats leading 24-21. Chella Moya serving for the Lady Cats. Chella's serve on the way, a good one. There's a second hit. This will have to go across, and does nicely by Forney. Lady Cats set it up. Tipped into the net by Sadie Washburn. I don't think she got the setup she was looking for. It was way too low for her. And it's 24-22. And serving now is Taysom, who's been a pretty good server for the Lady Rabbits. The Lady Cats leading 24-22. Set point. Good serve. Moya pops it up. Hammock sets it up. Sadie Washburn blasts away. Blocked, but out of bounds. And the Lady Cats win set 1 with a score of 25-22. I'll tell you what, I'm beginning to believe in these Lady Cats. Of course, there's a long way to go tonight, but a good start. The Lady Cats win the first set, a tough competitive set at 25-22. Lady Cats will now move to our left and Forney to our right as we get ready for set 2 with the Lady Cats leading 1-0. Let's take a break here. We'll be back with set number 2 right after this. And ready to start set 2 as both teams back on the court. Oh, an electric atmosphere here from the gym in Canton, with the Lady Cats fans and also these Forney fans really in full throat. And the liberos are now checking in. And Forney will be serving first here in set 2. And back to serve for them will be Emily Cheney, a senior. As we get ready, and some of the Wildcats or Lady Cats fans are standing. Here's a serve on the way, dug by Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it up. Erica Van Bentham drove it across, but it hit the what I call the aerial. It's the out of bounds marker up on the net. Forney leads 1-0. Cheney with another serve, dug by Sadie Washburn. Set up to Erica Van Bentham. She powers it across. Forney kept it alive. They'll set up the net and drive it across. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it back to Sadie Washburn. She blasted away and it went out of bounds. Forney leads 2-0 here in set 2. Another serve, Emily Cheney for the Forney Lady Rabbits. It's over. Dug by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set up. Sydney Washburn blasted across. Forney kept it alive and returned it. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up to Sydney Washburn. And now Forney, they tried to hit it back, hit it into the net. They had the lady that was almost into the scorer's table trying to hit that shot and hit it into the net. Lady Cats trim the lead to 2-1. And here is Aaliyah Abrams serving for the Lady Cats. Lady Cats leading 1-0 from Canton. There's the serve, Aaliyah. It's a good one. Second shot by Forney, and over it goes. Good dig, Hammock. In the air, Pickett, and then over by Sadie Washburn. Good job of Forney to dig it out of the net. The Lady Cats' third shot is over by Peyton Hammock. But Forney keeps it alive, and they return it, but blocked. And now Forney keeps it alive. They return it. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up to Sydney Washburn. It was blocked, but hit back across by Aaliyah Abram. But ruled as a 4-hit play. Some of the fans didn't think so. But Forney will get the point, and they're up 3-1. The Lady Cats even threw the ball back to Paris Pickett to serve, but here's the Forney serve now. It's over. Hit by Aaliyah Abram. Hammock sets it up. Burnside fires away with a good kill by Brooklyn Burnside on the sideline and just inside. And the Lady Cats trim the lead to 3-2. And here's Chella Moya serve for the Lady Cats. And Chella's serve on the way, a good one. Here's the second Forney hit, and over it goes. Hit by Aaliyah Abram. Hammock sets it toward Sadie Washburn, who blasts away. Forney keeps it alive. They set it toward the net and over, and then it went off of Lady Cat and back to the back wall, and Forney now leads 4-2. And another serve coming for the Lady Rabbits. This is Taysom. Taysom serve into the net. And that cuts Forney's lead to 4-3. And now serving Brooklyn Burnside. Burnside, a sophomore. Served by Brooklyn. There's the second hit up near the net and pushed over. Abram with a kill, or with a dig. Went over to Peyton Hammock, but they rule a double hit on Peyton. Hope they don't call that mess too much tonight. That is the most arbitrary call in volleyball. Kind of like holding in the line sometimes. The old rule about you can call it on every play. 5-3, and Forney serving. There's a hit over the net. Good, dug by Paris Pickett, but it hit the Irie over there where the official is up on the stand. And Forney leads 6-3 here in set 2. Another serve for Forney's Lady Rabbits over. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it up and over by Chella Moya. Forney sets up the net. And driven, a good kill again by Bethany Jones, who's been a big-time killer on the FBI Most Wanted list. Big-time killer. And Forney leads 7-3. Another serve coming for the Lady Rabbits. And over it goes, dug by Leah Abram. Hammock will set it up. Sadie Washburn hit away. Forney kept it alive. Here's their third shot, and over it goes, hit by Abram. Hammock pops it up to Sadie Washburn. She hits away, went off of a Forney player to the back wall, and the Lady Cats trim the Forney lead to 7-4. And Sadie Washburn back to serve for the Lady Cats. Forney looks better in this set. They look like they kind of have found another gear. Oh, a serve across the back line by Sadie Washburn. And Forney is up 8-4. And Bethany Jones is serving for the Lady Rabbits. Jones into the net. Oh, my. Lady Cats back to within 3 at 8-5, and Peyton Hammock is serving. Lady Cats won the first set, 25-22. They've mostly trailed in this one. Peyton Hammock with a serve. Hit back toward the back wall. Forney's going to get it back. They did return it. Sadie Washburn hits it high in the air. Hammock over to Erica Van Bentham with a good kill. Deflected off a Forney player and then down into their court. And the Lady Cats back to within 2 at 8-6. Peyton Hammock serving. Oh, Peyton Hammock gets it across. That'll sail across the back line. These teams giveth and they taketh away, and mostly they are givething on the serve, seem like. Forney leads 9-6. Now serving is Riley for the Lady Rabbits. Hit by Paris Pickett to Hammock and hit hard by Erica Van Bentham. Forney will return it. Washburn into the net up to the net to Hammock, and then a point for Forney. There's a miss hit on the Lady Cats side, and Forney is up 10-6, and this is the first time they've led by anything like this. First set, they maybe had a 1-point lead, but they're beginning to wake up. There's Riley's serve. Second hit by the Lady Cats. Van Bentham with a hard hit. Forney gets it back across into an open spot on the Lady Cats side, right on the sideline. Sadie Washburn dived, but couldn't get it. And timeout taken, Bailey Dorner, as Forney leads in set 2, 11-6. The Lady Cats won the first one, 25-22. Let's take a break. Back in a moment. Just check the numbers. The Lady Cats have not had the lead, and I don't think they've been able to get it into a tie. They've been within 1 point, and now Forney has an 11-6 lead here in set 2 after the Lady Cats won the first one, where they led almost, for the most part, with a lot of ties also. And here's Carson Riley serve, hit by Sydney Washburn, set up to Erica Van Bentham, shot blocked, but put back on Forney's side, and then a big kill there by Brooke Johnson, as Forney is playing very good volleyball right now, as they are making all the plays. They're up 12-6, and Carson Riley serving for the Lady Rabbits. Hit by Sadie Washburn, popped up by Hammock, back to Sadie. Hits it across and got the kill, as Forney couldn't handle that one. And the Lady Cats back to within 5 at 12-7. And here's Paris Pickett. One thing about Sulphur Springs, they can say we'll always have Paris. I think Humphrey Bogart said that first. There's Paris Pickett's serve. It's hit back across. Paris pops it up. Hammock sends it over. Erica Van Bentham hammered across. Forney keeps it alive and threw it back across, but they're going to get that as a double hit. Has tried to fling that ball, and the official didn't like it. And the Lady Cats back to within 4, 12-8. Here's Paris Pickett's serve, and it's over. Up near the net. Set up and feathered over, blocked by Burnside, but Forney keeps it alive. There's their second shot, and over it goes. Hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Oh, it's too much into the net, and Brooklyn Burnside could not get to it, and that's a point for Forney, and they lead 13-8. Now serving for Forney will be Emily Cheney. Emily, a senior, gets it over, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it up. Sadie Washburn blasts away with a kill for the Lady Cats. Had 13 kills Tuesday night and 12 digs, both team leads for the Lady Cats against Hallsville. Lady Cats trailing 13-9, and here's Aaliyah Abrams serving. Here's Aaliyah's serve, and it's a good one. Up near the net for Forney. They set up the net and drive it, and it went wide. So they directed it wide, and the Lady Cats are back to within 3 at 13-10. And Abram with another serve. Aaliyah. There's Aaliyah Abram serve. Here's the second Paris hit up near the net and over, but blocked by the Lady Cats. And Sadie Washburn rose above the net. A deflection rule, but the point went to the Lady Cats. Sadie went way over the net. And the Lady Cats down by 2 now, 13-11. Aaliyah Abram with another serve coming for the Lady Cats. Got it across, whistle blows. And I think that was a lineup violation or something, the way that Forney was lined up. And Coach Haynes is trying to find out why that happened. And now he's advising his girls not to do whatever they did. Lady Cats back to within 1 now at 13-12. Aaliyah Abram will have another serve as they're ready to get back to action here. And Aaliyah's serve, a good one. And second Forney hit up near the net and over but blocked. Lady Cats start celebrating. Now they can celebrate as Forney could not hit it back. We're tied at 13. And timeout taken, and boy, the Lady Cats came roaring off the court, and nobody roaring more than Sadie Washburn. But I think Brooklyn Burnside gave her a run for their money as those girls were excited. We're tied at 13 here in set 2. The Lady Cats won the first set. We'll be back in a moment. Set 2 tied 13-13. Lady Cats won the first 25-22. Lady Cats have had a long way to come here. They were down at 13-8. They've scored 5 straight points, 4 of them on serves by Aaliyah Abram, who may have just got iced. But we'll see, maybe not. Here's Aaliyah's serve, and over it goes. Way to break the ice there, Aaliyah. A second shot gets across, popped up by Sydney Washburn and Hammock. Sadie Washburn blast away and got a good kill. And Coach Haynes now has a question for the official, and he answered it for him, and the Lady Cats are up 14-13. Forney still thinks that they got that last point. Kind of in a protest, they kind of didn't throw the ball back there. They just kind of rolled it back. Lady Cats leading 14-13. Another serve, Aaliyah Abram. I think it's getting a little chippy, too, among the girls. Here's the serve. It hit right on the back line for Aaliyah Abram with an ace as Forney let it go. And the Lady Cats are up 15-13. 7 straight points, 6 on the serve by Aaliyah Abram. Dan Patrick would say she's in fuego. They serve Aaliyah. Forney up near the net. They push it across. Sadie Washburn high in the air to a Hammock, and Sadie hit it across. Forney keeps it alive up in the net and got it across. A good kill for Forney, and I believe that was Shelby Houston. Breaks the Lady Cats string of points. Lady Cats still leading 15-14. Serve now for Maddie Becker, the libero for Forney. It's over. Hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock high into the air. Burnside hit it across. Forney keeps it alive. And over it goes. Dug by Paris Pickett. Hammock will send it over to Sadie Washburn. Blast away. And the point to the Lady Cats, as Forney was trying to dig it, but a hitting violation on Forney. The Lady Cats are up 16-14. Chella Moya in to serve for the Lady Cats. And so Moya, Chella serve on the way. Hit back up toward the net, and it went into the platform where the official is, the Irie, I call it. 17-14, another serve coming, Chella Moya. Timeout taken by Richard Haynes. The Lady Cats leading 17-14 in set 2. They won the first set 25-22. Let's take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. 17-14. Lady Cats with a 3-point lead. They trailed by as much as 5. And I didn't really check it all that closely. Oh, they were down. No, that may have been the low water mark. Right now they're up 17-14, and they won the first set. Chella Moya back to serve for the Lady Cats. And Chella serve on the way, a good one. There's a second hit by Forney, and over it goes, and a nice kill there again by Shelby Houston. She's had a couple there on the net. And she and Bethany Jones are both in there right now, and those are two of their big boppers. Now serving is Corrine Taysom for Forney. It's over. Hit by Abram. Hammock sets it up. Sadie Washburn with a big-time kill. That was right in her wheelhouse there. Beautiful set by Peyton Hammock. 18-15. Lady Cats by 3, and serving is Brooklyn Burnside. Brooklyn a serve across the back line. I thought that was going to be okay, but it went about a foot beyond the back line, and Forney was back to within 18-16. And now serving for Forney is Brooke Johnson, a junior. And Brooke Johnson a serve, dug by Abram. And Hammock, all she could do is get one fist. It was so much up into the net. And Forney is back to within 18-17. With Johnson, another serve. She's a junior middle blocker for the Forney Lady Rabbits. There's the serve, hit by Chella Moya. Hammock sets it up. Oh, Sadie Washburn with another big kill. And the Lady Cats are up 19-17. And back to serve is Sadie Washburn. Remember the baseball broadcast, somebody'd make a great defensive play and then be the leadoff hitter in the next inning. That's kind of what that reminds me of here in volleyball. There's a serve by Sadie Washburn. Second hit by Forney, and over it goes. Moya pops it up. Hammock sends it over. Erica Van Bentham feathered it over, but Forney kept it alive athletically and tried to hit it across, blocked by the Lady Cats. Fell in on the Forney court. Point for the Lady Cats. And again, they are up by 3 at 20-17. They took over about, the middle part of this match. Sadie Washburn, another serve coming. Got it across. There's the second Forney hit, and Jones drives it across. Hit by Hammock. Pickett will pop it back to Sadie Washburn, hammers away. Forney kept it alive. They'll set up the net and got it over, and a good kill by Emily Alvarez, a senior, and cuts the Lady Cats lead to 2 at 20-18. And Bethany Jones back to serve, a senior, for the Forney Lady Rabbits. Got it over, hit by Sadie Washburn. Oh, just over the net. The Lady Cats survived that, but had a misadventure on a hit from perhaps the net, or anyway, a violation. And Forney is back to within 1, 20-19. Here's Jones' serve, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will pop it toward Erica Van Bentham. She fires away. It went wide, and we're tied at 20. 20-20 vision. Bethany Jones, the serve for Forney. Hit by Erica Van Bentham. Nyla Lindley and over by Van Bentham. Forney will set up the net and drive it across. Another good finish by Emily Alvarez, who's coming alive for Forney. Haven't seen much of her so far, but all of a sudden, she's hot. And Forney takes a 21-20 lead, and timeout taken by the Lady Cats and Bailey Dorner. Forney leads 21-20 set 2. Lady Cats won the first set. We'll take a break. Back in a moment. Just back to play now. Forney leading 21-20. Jones with a serve. It's hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it toward Erica Van Bentham. Drives it across. Forney kept it alive, but then several girls collided, and it fell harmlessly, at least for the Lady Cats on the Forney side. 21-21. And Peyton Hammock now serving for the tie score. Anybody's match here in set 2. There's Peyton's serve, a good one. There's the second Forney hit. This will have to go over, and does. Hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock will set it up. Sydney Washburn, a good kill by Sydney Washburn. And the Lady Cats leading 22-21. Another good kill by Sid. She's seen a little bit of limited minutes tonight, but man, she's made the most of them. Peyton Hammock serving for the Lady Cats. Up by 1. Good serve. There's the second Forney hit. This will have to go over, and does. Dug by Hammock. Hit by Paris Pickett. And over the net by Sadie Washburn, and they couldn't handle it. Sadie wiped her brow. She was glad that ball cleared the net. I think she had some doubts, but it turned into a beautiful hit. The Lady Cats up by 2, 23-21. Here's the serve. Peyton Hammock, a good one. There's the second Forney hit. And, this one ended up as a good hit by Forney, and they trim the lead to 23-22. Lady Cats blocked it, but on their side. And here's Carson Riley with Forney down by 1. This is a huge point. There's Riley's serve. Paris Pickett digs it. Hammock will set it toward Sydney Washburn with another kill. And I think Coach Haynes maybe was complaining somebody was under the net. He didn't get the call. 24-22. This is set point for the Lady Cats and Paris Pickett. Here's Paris serve, a good one. That's the second Forney hit up near the net, and over it goes. Hit by Sadie Washburn. The Hammock pops it up. Over by Sydney Washburn. Just cleared the net. Forney sets up the net. Blocked on the Lady Cats side. And Forney back to within 24-23. They survived one set point. Lady Cats hoping to get this one. And in to serve now for the Lady Rabbits is Emily Cheney, a senior. So Cheney serving for the Lady Rabbits. Big point here, obviously. And it's a good serve hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up to Erica Van Bentham, who drove it across. Forney keeps it alive. They'll set up the net and hit it. Blocked by the Lady Cats. Forney keeps it alive. They set up the net again. Blocked by the Lady Cats. Over by Forney. Hammock gets the dig. Paris Pickett pops it up. Sadie Washburn tried to hammer the ball and hit it into the net. We're tied at 24. So anybody's match now with a 24-24 score. And once again, Cheney with a serve for the Lady Rabbits. Cheney serve, a good one. Hit by Paris Pickett. Oh, it's right up in the net. Over by Hammock. Hit back by Forney. Good save by Sadie Washburn and Hammock. And over by, no, not over by Sydney Washburn. And Forney moves ahead 25-24. Now the Lady Cats have to survive a set point. And here's a serve by Cheney. It's a good one. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it up. Erica Van Bentham hit it over. And set up the net by Forney. Blocked by the Lady Cats, and they get the point. I think that was Brooklyn Burnside. I've got some exuberant fans standing in front of me, and I think I'm going to have to do the same because they're excited and they do not want to sit down. Tied at 25. Aaliyah Abram now serving for the Lady Cats. Aaliyah's serve on the way. Forney sets up the net and feathers it across, blocked by the Lady Cats. It went under the net. You can't do that. Point for the Lady Cats. They're up 26-25. So another set point for the Lady Cats, and Aaliyah Abram trying to serve this one out here. So here's Aaliyah's serve on the way. A good one. Hit by Forney. There's their second shot, and over it goes. Good dig, Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it up towards Sadie Washburn. She feathers it over. Forney kept it alive and returns it. And then Aaliyah Abram couldn't hit it back as it was really drilled toward her. Probably just self-protection as much as anything. We're tied at 26. And Forney now serving their libero. This is Maddie Becker. Becker's serve, a good one. Hit by Aaliyah Abram. Hammock sets it up. Sadie Washburn, but the double hit. The dreaded double hit. Boy, what a time for a controversial call like that. And Forney leads 27-26. Here's Becker's serve, dug by Sydney Washburn. Hammock pops it towards Sadie Washburn, fires away. It's into the net, and Forney can't get it out of there. And we're tied 27-27. So the Lady Cats overcome the double hit call. And Chella Moya in the serve for the Lady Cats. No 30 cap is this one. We'll keep playing until somebody decides it. You do that in tournaments. Moya with a serve, hit by Forney. They'll set it up toward the net and power it over. It went too far as Jones tried for the kill, and it went across the back line. Another set point against Forney at 28-27. And Moya serving for the Lady Cats. This is a huge set. Both teams want this one. Chella Moya the serve across the back line. And we're tied at 28. And so anybody's match still. And here's a real good server tonight for Forney. Corrine Taysom, the sophomore. Had a lot of service points, seems like. And we're tied at 28. There's Taysom's serve. It got across. Moya hit it. Hammock pops it up to Burnside, who hit it across. Forney keeps it alive toward the net, and over it goes, hit by Abram. Hammock hits it over with a fist and found an open spot. Oh, good play by Peyton Hammock. She really had to deal with the net, too, because that set to her was really up toward the net. Lady Cats leading 29-28, another set point. And here is Brooklyn Burnside. Brooklyn serve on the way. She got it across, hit up toward the net, hit hard by Nyla Lindley, and Forney hit it in the net. The Lady Cats win the second set by the score of 30-28, and the Lady Cats are screaming as they head to the other court. I felt sorry for one of the Forney girls who took the wrong turn and had to walk through that, and those screaming Lady Cats who had just won 30-28. An exciting win, and they go up in this match 2-0, 25-22 and 30-28. Well, the teams again changing back to their original configuration with the Lady Cats to our right and Forney to our left. So we'll let them do that. We're in a break here for a couple of minutes, and we'll take the break. Lady Cats leading Forney here 2-0. Back with set 3 right after this. Getting ready for the start of set 3. Again, the Lady Cats won the first 25-22, and they won the second one, that thriller there, at 30-28. My goodness, anybody's set. That's the kind of coulda, shoulda, woulda that you start looking at. If you lose that one, you just think, man, that was the one where we should have got it done. Lady Cats, if they would have, and they were facing a set point at one point, you would have a hard time forgetting that one. Erica Van Bentham will start to serve to start set 3. And Erica's serve is good, but there was either a misalignment or something. Anyway, a violation on the serve by Erica Van Bentham, and Forney leads 1-0. And their libero is back to serve. This is Maddie Becker. There's Becker's serve, hit by Leah Abram. Hammock pops it up and over by Sydney Washburn, and then Forney could not return it. Lady Cats even it up at 1-1. Chella Moya checks in, and she will be serving. We're tied at 1 in set 3. The Lady Cats have 2, but you need 3 to get out of here with a win. Need 1 more. Here's Chella Moya's serve, a good one. Forney will set up the net, and the shot is blocked. And then Forney had too many hits. Lady Cats are up 2-1 with Moya serving. Campbell Cody in the crowd here tonight. There's the serve by Chella. And the shot goes over. A good finish there. Once again, the finish by Shelby Houston. She's had several tonight. And we're tied at 2. Robert Cody and his wife also in the gym tonight. Saw them come by earlier. Derek Driver's here. And Rusty Harden patted me on the back on the way by. Here's the serve by Forney, and the Lady Cats cannot get it up and back across. It got in that net, and Forney is up 3-2. Another serve coming for Corrine Taysom. Taysom, the sophomore, got it across. Dug by Paris Pickett. Hammock sets it up. Sadie Washburn with another big kill. My goodness. That was an adult kill there. No baby stuff. 3-3, and Paris Pickett now serving. Paris serve on the way, a good one. Hit back right up in the net, and Brooklyn Burnside made them pay. Brooklyn rises over the net and drops it on the Forney side. Lady Cats leading 4-3. Another serve for Paris Pickett. Got it across, just across the top of the net. Forney keeps it alive and returned it. Pickett pops it up. Hammock high in the air and over by Sadie Washburn. Forney keeps it alive up toward the net. And another good kill by Houston. And we're tied at 4. And now serving for Forney is going to be Taylor Wells. I believe there was a 9 on there. It is. It's a serve by Wells, hit by Moya, popped up Hammock. Burnside pops it over. Forney keeps it alive. They set up the net, and a double hit called on Forney. Lady Cats lead 5-4. And Sadie Washburn serving for the Lady Cats. Sadie serve on the way. Second hit by Forney, and over it goes. Oh, and a nice kill there by Bethany Jones. She didn't really thunder that one, but she hit it in a real good spot. And we're tied at 5. And Jones is back to serve for Forney. Forney in their black uniforms with gold numerals. There's the serve by Jones, hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets up Brooklyn Burnside, fired away, and Forney kept it alive and got the return. Dug high in the air. Second hit by Van Bentham and over by Hammock. Now set up the net to Forney. They drive it across, and the Lady Cats cannot get it back. A couple of them got fist on it. Boy, Sadie Washburn not happy. She thought she could have done more, I guess, with that, but I thought she was lucky to get to it. Forney leads 6-5, probably just didn't want to surrender the point. Here's Bethany Jones, gets it over. Dug by Paris Pickett, but it goes back across. Oh, and that's one of those that'll kill you. And sure enough, Alvarez for Forney made them pay. And Forney's up by 2 now, 7-5. Another serve by Jones. Hammock will set up a Burnside, hammers away. Forney kept it alive. They'll set up the net and drive it over. The Lady Cats blocked it. It ended up on their side. And once again, Forney, kind of like they were earlier, they had an 8-5 lead in the second set as they kind of streaked out early. And the Lady Cats had to catch fire on the serving there of, I think it was Aaliyah Abram. There's the serve, Lady Cats' second hit, and Erica Van Bentham feathered it over for the kill. Forney got a piece of it but couldn't get it back over, and the Lady Cats are back to within 2 at 8-6 with Peyton Hammock now serving. And here's Peyton's serve on the way, a good one. Forney will set up toward the net, and hit it up into the net. That's more than 3 hits. And point for the Lady Cats. And the Lady Cats are back to within 1 now at 8-7 with Peyton Hammock serving. Forney does not like that call. And now the officials are going to talk this over, so anytime that happens, there could be a reversal. The lady up in the eyrie, the Eagles' nest, talking to the official down on the sideline. Looked like I thought they had taken their 3 shots. They're still talking. And now the judge up in the eyrie, she shooed the Forney girls away that were trying to hear what they were talking about. Richard Haynes stomping the floor. He is not happy. Point for the Lady Cats. And now Haynes is talking to the official. He's clapping his hands. Lady Cats down 8-7 now, and here's Peyton Hammock with another serve. Oh, that's across the back line. Forney up 9-7. They were also up 9-6 in the last set. But again, the Lady Cats had that great spurt in there. Here's a serve by Forney. It's over, hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock will set it back to Sydney, and her shot blocked. A point for Forney. Good block there. It's either going to be London Skipper or Brooke Johnson. One of those 2 players got the block, and Forney is up 10-7. Other serve coming, Riley gets it over, hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up, Erica Van Bentham shot block. Lady Cats return it, and now Forney gets it back across. Good dig by Sydney Washburn, high in the air, Sadie Washburn, and over Van Bentham. Forney keeps it alive. They set it up toward the net and get it over, blocked by the Lady Cats, but it ended up on their side. And Forney, just like they were in the last set, really playing well at this point in the set. They're up 11-7. They were up 12-7 in the last set. But again, that spurt still has to come for the Lady Cats. Good serve by Riley. It's up to the net, over by Van Bentham. And Forney returns it, hit by Paris Pickett. Sadie Washburn up toward the net. Erica Van Bentham with a hard hit. Forney keeps it alive, and they will get it back across. Good dig, Paris Pickett. Hammock sends it toward Sadie Washburn. Her shot blocked by Forney. Boy, they're, once again, I said this in the last set, they are making all the right moves. But somewhere along the line, it disappeared. And the Lady Cats have got to hope that happens again. They're down, Lady Cats down 12-7. Here's Riley's serve. Hit, to the back wall. Point for Forney. And they're up 13-7. Timeout taken, Bailey Dorner. Set 3, Forney leads 13-7. The Lady Cats won the first 2. And let's take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. Forney leading 13-7 here in set 3. I think they were up 13-8. It's about as close as I can get to that. In the last set, well, the Lady Cats had that nice streak in there. They went into the lead. It's probably at about this point in the match. Another serve coming for Carson Riley, the sophomore for the Lady Rabbits. Got that brilliant red hair. My mother would love her being their red-haired person. So here's Riley. What a nice Irish name, isn't that right? Here's a serve by Riley. It's hit by Pickett. Hammock sets it up to Burnside, who fires away from one red top to another. A point for the Lady Cats, and they're back to within 5 now at 13-8. And Burnside will now serve for the Lady Cats. And here is a Brooklyn serve on the way. It's a good one. There's a second hit by Forney, and over it goes. Hit by Hammock, and over by Nyla Lindley. Forney keeps it alive, and they'll return it, but blocked, but out of bounds for the Lady Cats. Point for Forney, and Forney is up 14-8. Trying to think where that good streak started for the Lady Cats. Can't find it here under pressure. I think Forney had about 13 points. 13 or 14, then the Lady Cats really went on a tear. Right now they're down by 6. Here's the Forney serve, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up. Feathered over, and Sydney Washburn's feather was too much for Forney to handle. Couldn't get it back across, and Lady Cats down by 5 at 14-9. And Erica Van Bentham now serving for the Lady Cats. Erica's serve, a good one. Oh, and no, an ace. It is an ace. Forney still had some shots at hitting it, but their second shot went to the back wall. And the Lady Cats are down by 4 now at 14-10. I think Erica's got some questions. I think maybe she got a foot fault on one of her serves, and she's asking some questions to that flag judge back there to make sure she understands where she can go properly. And here's Erica's serve on the way, a good one. It's up near the net, and Forney couldn't dig it up out of the net. Lady Cats jumped up, but they didn't have to touch it. It never came across. Timeout taken Forney, as they can kind of smell a little bit of a comeback here. The Lady Cats have scored the last 3 points. We're in set 3. Forney leads 14-11. Lady Cats won the first 2 sets. Let's take a break. Back in a moment. Both teams back on the court now. Lady Cats have scored the last 3 points. They were down 14-8. No, and it's now 14-11. Erica Van Bentham continuing to serve here. She's had the last 2 points on serve. And Erica's serve on the way into the net. Boy, that line is bothering her, I think, and that flag judge is, boy, watching her feet like a hawk, as he's supposed to. And Forney leads 15-11, and their libero is back to serve now. Maddie Becker, a junior. Becker's serve on the way, hit by Sadie Washburn, and over by Nyla Lindley, but Forney sets up the net, and over it goes. Good dig, Aaliyah Abram and Hammock, and hit over by Sadie Washburn. Forney scrambling, but they get it up to the net and return it. Oh, it hit the back line. A beautiful hit there by Shelby Houston, and it just caught the back line. Looked like it was going to be long, but it was not. It was a good call by that official back there. Forney leads 16-11. Here's Becker's serve. It's hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock pops it up, and over by Paris Pickett. And now Forney sets up Houston again, and she hit it off Lady Cat net players for another kill by Houston. 17-11, Forney lead. Again, they're back up by 6. And timeout taken, Bailey Dorner and the Lady Cats. We're in set 3, Forney leading this set. In set 3, 17-11, the Lady Cats won the first 2. Back in a moment. Getting ready for the serve here by Becker of Forney. Hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock pops it up. Sadie Washburn, and I think she got into the net. Sadie said the ball hit the net, but she got called for it. And Forney's up 18-11 as they've kind of taken the charge here in this third set. Here's Becker's serve, hit by Nyla Lindley, hit by Hammock, and over by Leah Abram. Now Forney will set up the net. And Bethany Jones, almost a miss hit again, but it hit right on the sideline. And again, looked like a good hit. It just some good plays by Forney going against the Lady Cats. Forney up 19-11. Another serve by Becker. Hit by Paris Pickett. Oh, that's too far. And Bethany Jones makes them pay. as that ball just creeps across the net. And the Lady Cats trail Forney here 20-11 in set 3, as the Lady Rabbits are now really there in this match. There's Becker's serve. It's hit high in the air by Sydney Washburn, went into the ceiling, and that's the first really weird hop we've seen coming out of that ceiling. And Forney leads 21-11. They've got it all going on here. There's the serve by Becker, hit back by Nyla Lindley, just made it across the net, and Forney again made them pay. They say, hey, keep feeding those easy ones right across the net. And they lead 22-11. Becker with another serve for the Lady Rabbits. It's over, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up. Sadie Washburn hits it. Forney keeps it alive. This shot will have to go over, and does. Hit by Leah Abram, and it heads toward the stands. And Forney, how many straight points have they had here? They started serving at 14-11. They have scored 9 straight points, and they lead 23-11. Here's a hit. Sadie Washburn to Nyla Lindley, and then that was Sydney. Sydney Washburn to Nyla Lindley, and Sydney hit it into the net. It's 24-11. Boy, the Lady Cats just need to forget this one and work on set 4. There's Becker's serve. It hit the back line. Wouldn't you know it? That was a perfect set for Forney. Everything went right for them. They've got to feel great after winning set 3, 25-11. Lady Cats are going to have to regroup here after that miserable set. And we saw Forney score 11 straight points to close it out from 14-11 to 25-11. Now the Lady Cats still lead 2-1, but they've got a charging Forney team as we go into set 4. Let's take a break here. We'll be back with the start of set 4 right after this break. Well, in the spirit of we've got spirit, how about you, which causes the other side to roar while you're roaring. All the fans in here are roaring right now to support their team. Well, the Lady Cats have just kind of got to forget that set 3 and just try to get involved in set 4 here. See if they can find that magic for those first 2 sets. And, of course, Forney is really rejuvenated after a 25-11 win in set 3. Lady Cats won the first 25-22, and the second, that thriller, 30-28. Forney will serve first, and serving for them will be Emily Cheney in set 4. And here's Cheney's serve, and it's going to be hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Sydney Washburn, and Sydney got the kill off of one of the Forney players. Lady Cats are up 1-0. And now serving Erica Van Bentham. And Erica's serve on the way. There's the second Forney hit toward the net. It's blocked by the Lady Cats. Forney keeps it alive. They'll set up the net again and hit, blocked by the Lady Cats, but that one went out of bounds. We're tied at 1. Oh, Lady Cats fans didn't like that. I don't understand. When I heard a no, it was blocked by the Lady Cats out of bounds. That's a point for Forney. And here's Becker with a serve. It's hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock pops it up, and over it goes by Brooklyn Burnside. Forney will set up the net. Jones, a good kill. She hit it just right in front of a couple of Lady Cats that time. They just hit it in a good spot and, of course, put a lot on it. It wasn't one of her hotter kills, but it was very effective. And Forney leads 2-1. Becker with another serve gets it over. Hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock will pop it up to Sydney, and Sydney's shot was blocked. Looked like it went out of bounds. And it's going to be a point for Forney. I thought they'd blocked that out of bounds. Maybe they said it hit Sydney on the way out. I thought that was blocked by Forney out of bounds, but they serve. Hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock sets it towards Sadie Washburn. She hammers away. Forney keeps it alive and returns it blocked, but just over the net. Lady Cats, I thought were going to have a chance to get it out of the net. I think Burnside hit it twice, and Forney out to a quick 4-1 lead. And all of a sudden, they have just seized control of this match. A 4-1 lead. There's a serve by Becker. Hammock will set up Burnside. A good kill, but Forney got it back. Set up to the net to Sadie Washburn. She hammers away. Another great dig by their libero. And a return by a Forney. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set up, and it hit the back line, Sydney Washburn, and that stops the bleeding for the Lady Cats. And the lead now 4-2, and back Chella Moya to serve. So that point helped as Forney was beginning to run away with things. Everybody standing now. Chella Moya, a serve went wide. Forney up 5-2. And checking in to serve for Forney is Corrine Taysom. Taysom, a setter and a sophomore. And here comes Taysom serve, and it is good. Moya goes to the back wall. Forney up 6-2. Another serve coming for Forney. And once again, Taysom with a serve, and Moya hits it up toward the net. Hammock sets it up. Burnside, shot blocked. Lady Cats chasing, and they can't get it back. I don't know. Moya tried. I think she did. And now Forney will try to return it. The Lady Cats keep it alive. And Sadie Washburn got the kill for the Lady Cats, and they are electric after a great save by the Lady Cats. And what a beautiful hit by Chella Moya to get that third shot over from deep. Lady Cats back to within 3, now 6-3, with Brooklyn Burnside serving. Brooklyn serve. There's the second Forney hit up near the net. They drive it across it. It went wide, but called in by the side judge. She had her head turned, but she called it in. Let's give her credit. She's a lot closer than we are, but boy, that looked out, and her head was turned. She was trying to get away from it. Forney leads 7-3. And here's the Lady Rabbit serve, hit by Paris Pickett to Hammock and over by Sadie Washburn, and it just inside the back line. And the Lady Cats back to within 7-4 here in set 4. Lady Cats leading 2-1, but Forney won the last one. Sadie Washburn serving. Sadie serve, a good one. And Forney will set up the net and drive it across. What a great dig by Sadie Washburn. Over to Hammock and over with Paris Pickett. Forney keeps it alive. Again, they'll set up the net. Drove it over. Hammock high in the air. Moya pops it high in the air. Erica Van Bentham hits it across. Forney keeps it alive. They pitch it across. Good dig, Paris Pickett. Back to Hammock. Sadie Washburn drives it. Went off the backboard. That's got to be a dead ball, right? The ball almost went in the basket. As Forney hit it backwards, hitting the backboard allowed him to get to it, but that was ruled a dead ball. The Lady Cats back to within 2, 7-5. And here's Sadie Washburn. Another serve ticked across the net for an ace. So the Lady Cats beginning to get a few bounces here. They're down by 1, 7-6 here in set 4. Boy, the crowd electric here, just cheering everything. Sadie Washburn serve. And there's set up the net by Forney, blocked by the Lady Cats. Forney got it back beautifully. Nyla Lindley sets it up to Hammock, over to Erica Van Bentham. Shot blocked out of bounds. A point for the Lady Cats. And we're tied at 7. Remember, Forney led by 4 points on a couple of occasions, and we're tied at 7. Lady Cats have fought back. Here's Sadie Washburn. And Forney will set up the net. And could not get it back across the net. Point for the Lady Cats. Lady Cats up 8-7. Timeout taken, Richard Haynes of Forney. Lady Cats leading set 4, 8-7, and they lead in sets 2-1. Let's take a break here and back in a moment. Lady Cats leading in set 4, 8-7. Forney just breaking out of the huddle. The Lady Cats are out there waiting. And Sadie Washburn continuing to serve. She's had 4 in a row. So here's Sadie serving. Lady Cats up 8-7. And it's a good one. And there's the second hit, Forney. This will have to go over, and does. Lady Cats keep it alive. And Paris Pickett hit it, and that's a rare mistake by Paris. Hit it into the net. And she said, my fault. I heard her tell her teammates. We're tied at 8. And serving now is Bethany Jones, a dynamic senior for these Lady Rabbits. Hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock will send it toward Erica Van Bentham, who hits it across. Forney keeps it alive. Sends it up toward the net. They get it across. Paris Pickett with a good dig. Hammock pops it back to Sadie Washburn, who hammers away. It's into the stands. Forney was chasing, but it was about 10 rows back after a real hard kill there by Sadie Washburn. Lady Cats up 9-8. And Peyton Hammock is back to serve. Peyton trying to get some air out there. She's warm. It's a hot gym here. Peyton Hammock, a good serve. There's the second shot by Forney, and it's over. Good dig, Sadie Washburn. And Peyton sets it up to Erica Van Bentham, hammers away. But Forney keeps it alive, resets the net, hits it across. It went across the back line. Lady Cats are up 10-8. And Peyton Hammock with another serve. See Ms. Van Bentham down below with a hearty clapping of the hands. There's the serve, Peyton Hammock. There's the second hit. They set up the net and drive it across, and a whistle blows, and a violation against the Lady Cats. So a point for Forney, and the Lady Cats lead is down 10-9. I did not see that one. I'm not sure what it was, but a violation on the Lady Cats. Riley now serving for Forney. They trail by 1, 10-9. Here's Riley's serve hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Van Bentham feathered it over, and they call a double hit on Peyton Hammock. Peyton says, I don't believe that. 10-10 is the score. And here's a serve by Riley. And it's over. Hit by Peyton Hammock. And over by Erica Van Bentham. And Erica Van Bentham, a shot that could not be returned, was Paris Pickett and then Hammock. And Erica with a kill. And the Lady Cats are up 11-10 with Paris Pickett serving. As soon as she gets permission, now she has that. And Paris' serve, a good one. And Forney pitches it over, high in the air, Van Bentham. Hammock sends it over to Sydney Washburn, hammers away. It was wide, and we're tied at 11. And back to serve now is Emily Cheney. Boy, real tight set four so far. And Cheney with a serve, it's over. Hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock pops it up, Erica Van Bentham, who hits it across. Forney keeps it alive. That's her second hit, and over it goes. And the two hits for the Lady Cats. Oh, what did she call? A lift. Oh, my, I don't know how you could have done anything but that. But that's not legal. And so Forney leads 12-11. There's the Forney serve, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock sends it back to Sadie Washburn, hammers away. Forney keeps it alive. They'll set up the net, drive it across. Doug, it's in the net. And the third shot, over beautifully by Paris Pickett. And now right in the net, and over it goes by Forney. Sadie Washburn pops it up. Hammock sets it up. And Sydney Washburn with a soft kill, killing them softly with the soft kill. And we're tied at 12 in a competitive set four. After set three got away from the Lady Cats. Erica Van Bentham now serving for the Lady Cats. And her serve is across. And they set up the net. It was a low set, and Forney could not get it across. The Lady Cats leading 13-12. Another serve coming, Erica Van Bentham. There's Erica's serve, another good one. And Forney again had trouble. They hit it up too close to the net and couldn't dig it out of there. And the Lady Cats leading 14-12. Another serve coming, Erica Van Bentham. Erica's serve on the way. A foot fault, and they're watching her like a hawk. And they got a foot fault on Erica Van Bentham. And it's 14-13. Probably just needs to back up a little further unless that screws everything up. Here's Becker's serve for Forney, and dug out of bounds by the Lady Cats, and we're tied at 14. Boy, nobody has served better than, I don't think, than Maddie Becker for the Forney Lady Rabbits. And her serve is over, hit by Sydney Washburn. Hammock will set it up back to Sydney Washburn, and they call a double hit on Peyton Hammock. Well, we didn't see this a lot against Hallsville, but we're seeing it a lot tonight, and it has a lot to do with who the officials are. Hit to the Lady Cats. They return it. They hit it across the back line, and Forney is now up 16-14. Boy, those two double hits can just change a match. There's a serve. Lady Cats probably hit a ball out of bounds, and they do get it back. Forney will set it up at the net. And Jones with a good kill. That was a beautiful setup there. I think Riley did that. And set up Jones. The Lady Cats will now take a timeout as they've gone on a swoon here of 5 straight Forney points. And Forney has taken a 17-14 lead here in set 4. Let's take the break with them. The Lady Cats won the first 2, Forney the next one, and they lead, Forney leads 17-14 in set 4. Let's back in a moment. 17-14, Forney leads here in set 4. They also won set 3, 25-11. Before that, the Lady Cats won the first 2, 25-22, 30-28. So Forney trying to tie it up here. Here's Becker's serve. She's been good. It's dug by Abram. Hammock sets it up. Sydney Washburn hits it away, and Forney keeps this one alive. They set it up to the net and drive it over. Hit by Hammock, and then Sydney Washburn. Feathered over. Nice feather kill there by Sadie Washburn. And the Lady Cats are to within 2 points at 17-15, and Chelamoya is in to serve. Boy, everybody into this match. There's some good volleyball right here. Chelamoya with the serve. Gets it over. Oh, an ace. No, Forney hit the third one back, and it was a deflection. I don't know if it was going to go out of bounds. A deflection on the Lady Cats. That looked to be heading out of bounds, but I can't really see that sideline down there. Point for Forney. They're up 18-15. Looked like that was headed out of bounds, and the Lady Cats got over and got a deflection on it. And it was rightly called by the official. 3-point lead by Forney. And here's the Forney serve. It's dug by Leah Abram. Hammock sets it up. Sadie Washburn, another feather. They've got a third shot, and they got it over. Moya pops it up. Hammock sets it up to Sadie Washburn, blasted away. Their libero did a great job. Back on the Lady Cat side. This will be their third hit for Sadie Washburn. She hammers it over. Forney keeps it alive. They set up the net and got it over. Hammock high in the air. Moya high in the air. Over to Sadie Washburn. She got tangled up there and hit it out of bounds. That was not a good set over to Sadie Washburn. It took her way out of bounds. And Forney is up 19-15 as they're beginning to take charge here in set 4, just like they did in set 3. Taysom with another serve for Forney. They get it over. Hit by Moya. Popped up by Pickett and over by Leah Abrams safely. Up there near the net. Now Forney sets up the net. Jones drove it on the Lady Cats side. Blocked, but on their side for the Lady Cats. And Forney is up by 5, 20-15, as Forney has taken charge here in set 4, just like they did in set 3. So Forney leads 20-15 in set 4. They're down in sets 2-1. We'll take a break and back in a moment. In set 4, and Forney leading 20-15 over the Lady Cats. And the Lady Cats won the first 2, so Forney trying to take it to a set 5. The Lady Cats would like to wrap it up in 4, but they're down by 5 here. Corrine Taysom now serving for Forney. Lady Cats need to see if Mo will change uniforms and give them some momentum. Forney's got it right now. And here's the serve by Taysom, a good one. Hit by Moya. Hammock pops it up and over by Burnside, and it was good. Hit right in the back line, so that's fortuitous. A hit that landed in bounds. Good. And Forney kind of let that go, thinking it was going to go out. And the Lady Cats back to within 4 at 20-16, and Brooklyn Burnside is now serving for the Lady Cats. Here's Brooklyn's serve on the way. It's a good one. There's the second Forney shot. They set up the net and power it over. Oh, to the back wall for the Lady Cats. And Forney back up by 5 now at 21-16. Can't afford to trade points. Forney's got a 5-point lead. But, I mean, they're going to make some plays. They're playing very well and setting that ball up at the net. There's some powerful folks. And here's the serve. I believe this is Wells. Gets it over. Hit by Moya. Hammock pops it up to Sadie Washburn, and she couldn't clear the net. Forney with a 6-point lead as they have really taken charge in the last 2 sets. Another serve coming for the Lady Rabbits. Found themselves in a hole, if you'll pardon the expression. There's the serve. Leah Abrams sets up Hammock. Driven across, Sadie Washburn back across to the Lady Cats. Hammock pops it up. Pickett pops it up. And Sadie Washburn's third shot. Again, they sent her out of bounds, and she hit the ball over the net, but it went wide. And Forney is up by 7, cruising to make this a 5-setter tonight. And another Lady Rabbit serve hit by Moya. Hammock sets up Sadie Washburn. Oh, she drilled a hole in the libero that time. The libero, and it went back to the back wall, but that libero's made some incredible hits. I can see why she's in that position. Lady Cats down by 6 at 23-17, and Sadie Washburn now serving. And Sadie with a good serve. And again, they set up the net and push it over, hit by Moya. Hammock will set it to Erica Van Bentham, and she hit it off net, people, for Forney and got the point for the Lady Cats. Ended up on Forney's side. The Lady Cats within 5 now, 23-18. Another serve coming for Sadie Washburn. Sadie, a good one. There's the second hit up toward the net for Forney, and it was blocked by the Lady Cats, but stayed on their side. And Forney is up by 6 at 24-18. Set point for the Lady Cats. Forney needs one more to send this to a 5th set. There's Jones' serve, hit by Pickett. Hammock will set it up to Sadie Washburn. She blasted off of a Forney player for a point. The Lady Cats survive 1 set point, and they're down 24-19. And Peyton Hammock now serving for the Lady Cats. Got a long way to go. Take them 1 step at a time. Like any other big task. There's Peyton's serve, a good one. And there's a setup for Forney. They drive it across, and the Lady Cats can't dig it off the floor. And Forney has fought back, and we will play a 5th and deciding set. And the team started to change courts, and the official said, hold on now. We've got to decide who serves first and what court you're going to be on. As Forney wins set 4, 25-19. So it's Sulphur Springs 2 and Forney 2, with set number 5 coming up here to 15. And again, they're going to deter. Both teams have started out Sulphur Springs serve, then Forney, then Sulphur Springs, and then Forney. So when you go to the 5th, you have to have a coin flip of some sort. And there is the flip. And it looks like they're talking to Forney, I believe. But anyway, a lot of handshaking with the captains, and they'll decide all that. Forney will be in the court to our left. Both teams, I think, have won 1 set in each court. So, no, I don't see any advantage there. Lady Cats won the first 2, Forney the next 2. And the Lady Cats will be to our right. And I think Forney will be serving first. They look like they won the toss. Let's take a break here. We'll be back with the start of set 5 right after this break. And Forney just now coming out of the huddle. Boy, Richard Haynes was really imploring his team in that huddle. I watched him. Obviously a good coach. He's been at Forney for seems like a long time, and seems like always has them in the playoffs. Always a very competitive volleyball program. Set number 5 here, and Forney is serving first with Emily Cheney. And we're tied at 2. And here comes Cheney's serve on the way. It's a good one, hit by Erica Van Bentham. Hammock sets it up to Sydney Washburn. Forney keeps it alive, sets up the net, hit, blocked by the Lady Cats. Forney keeps it alive. They again set up the net, blocked again, a point for the Lady Cats. They blocked that one back on Forney's court, and the Lady Cats take a 1-0 lead. Boy, points are huge when you're going to 15. Erica Van Bentham now serving for the Lady Cats. And Erica's, into the net, and I think that line is bothering her, those foot faults, and we're tied at 1. She may tell me, no, not at all. Now serving Maddie Becker. She's been huge for Forney. There's her serve. Hit by Bree Ivory in there. And a hit by Burnside. Forney trying to keep it alive. And I tell you what, they put it into the net, and that was closer than I thought they would get. Point for the Lady Cats, and they're up 2-1. Bree Ivory now in there. Her first appearance here in set 5. And Chella Moya now serving for the Lady Cats. And Chella's serve on the way, a good one, up toward the net. And Forney will set up the net and drive it, a good kill. Boy, that was a perfect setup for Bethany Jones. And she just finished big time, and we're tied at 2. So 4 serves, still nothing decided. Here's Chlorine Taysom. She's been a good server. Boy, they're hitting us all with the good service, as you would expect the coach to do. Put your best out there. Here's Taysom's serve, hit by Moya. And it went sideways, and the Lady Cats could not chase it down. And Forney with a 3-2 lead. And what sight we've seen tonight with Taysom getting a lot of serving in. Trying to put a string together. Forney leads 3-2. Crowd getting very quiet all of a sudden. Here's Taysom's serve, hit by Pickett. Hammock sets it up. Burnside, her shot blocked, but out of bounds. Point for the Lady Cats, and we're tied at 3. And back to serve, Brooklyn Burnside. 3-3 tie, going to 15 here. Brooklyn serve on the way. A good one, an ace by Brooklyn Burnside. The Lady Cats are up 4-3. Another serve coming Burnside. Boy, what you wouldn't give for a string of about 6 or 7. And here's Brooklyn, another serve. Here's their second Forney hit. This will have to go over, and it does. Burnside digs. Hammock pops it up towards Sadie Washburn. Her shot blocked. Boy, Bethany Jones got the block there. And we're tied at 4. Jones, a big-time volleyball player for Forney. And Forney now serving. We're tied at 4. And Wells with a serve, hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock sets up Sadie Washburn, a huge kill. Boy, splinters flying on that one as Sadie Washburn drove it into the floor just inbounds. And the Lady Cats take a 5-4 lead. And Sadie Washburn now serving with her pink shoestrings. Over the net, a good one. And Forney will set up the net. And, the shot did not go. I guess it did go over, but blocked by the Lady Cats. Forney got it back. Hammock will set it up toward Erica Van Bentham. She feathered at it and couldn't get it over the net. And we're tied at 5. I did not think that Forney shot actually went over the net, but the officials ruled it that way. They see better than I can. There's the Jones serve, hit by Pickett. Hammock pops it up, Erica Van Bentham, and she hits it across. Forney keeps it alive. They'll set the net, got it across, and it'll land on the Lady Cats side. That's the kind of thing that will get you going there. Forney leads 6-5. Still a long way to go in this one. Bethany Jones serving. And here's Jones' hit on the way. It's good. Hit by Moya. Hammock will pop it high in the air to Sadie Washburn, and she just cleared the top of the net, but Forney kept it alive, and they'll return it. Blocked by the Lady Cats, but Forney did a good job of keeping that alive, and their shot is over, and it landed in the court, right in the corner. Sadie Washburn is pleading her case with Bailey Dorner about something, but the officials will not see it that way, and Forney is up 7-5. And once again, Bethany Jones serving for Forney. Boy, even a 2-point lead looks huge here to 15. There's Jones' serve. An ace! An ace serve. Jones looked like that had duck hook on it or something. Timeout taken by Bailey Dorner as Forney has taken an 8-5 lead here in set 5. Both teams obviously have won too. But we'll be back in a moment. We're in set 5. This is the finale. Both teams have won a pair. This one's to 15, and Forney is out to an 8-5 lead. 3 points seems huge when you're going to 15. Brittany Jones is serving for Forney. She's been out there for a while. And now given the go-ahead, and here's Jones' serve, and hit the net, did not go over. Point for the Lady Cats. A gimme. Lady Cats down by 2, 8-6, and Peyton Hammock is back to serve for the Lady Cats. Great football announcer Frank Fallon used to say, everything critical. Here's Peyton Hammock's serve, hit by Forney. There's the second shot up toward the net, and over it goes. Good digs, Sadie Washburn. Set up to Sydney Washburn. She hammers it away, but a good return, Forney. Lady Cats set up the net. Oh, missed time jump. And another point for Forney. And they lead 9-6. Had a missed time on the jump, and just no coordination between the set and the one that wanted to kill it. And Forney up 9-6. Here's Riley's serve. It's over. Hit by Paris Pickett. Hammock pops it over to Aaliyah Abram, who hammers it. And now Forney sets up the net and drove it across the back line. Boy, the team's just giving points away to each other. And the Lady Cats back to within 2 at 9-7. And Aaliyah Abram back to serve for the Lady Cats. So here's Abram. And Aaliyah's serve on the way. It's a good one. And put into the net by Forney. They couldn't get it out of there. I'm not sure Brooklyn Burnside whether she got a piece of that one or not, but a point for the Lady Cats. And timeout taken on the court with Forney with only a 9-8 lead as we play to 15 here in set 5. Let's take a break here and we'll be back in a moment. Forney 9, the Lady Cats 8. Set 5. And Aaliyah Abram will serve for the Lady Cats. And Aaliyah's serve. And Forney sets up the net and drives it across. It went off of the Lady Cat. She couldn't do much with it, and Forney is now up 10-8. And back to serve for Forney is Emily Cheney. And Cheney's serve, a good one, dug by Paris Pickett. Oh, it just went over the net. The Lady Cats could not return it. It was not hit particularly hard by Forney, but the Lady Cats couldn't control it, and Forney's up 11-8. Timeout taken, Bailey Dorner and the Lady Cats. And let's take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. We're going to 15. Forney leads 11-8 here in set 5. And once again, Cheney with the serve and gets it over. It's hit by Erica Van Bentham. Hammock sets it up, pushed over by Sydney Washburn, but Forney kept it alive, and they will hit it across. Hit by Sadie Washburn. Hammock sets it up. Sydney Washburn, and a good kill by Sydney Washburn just inside the back line. And it is 11-9 now with a Forney 2-point lead, and Erica Van Bentham is back to serve. So here's Erica. Lady Cats down by 2. Got it across. There's Forney setting up the net. Drove it across. I think it was deflected off the... It was going to be hit out of bounds. A point for the Lady Cats. I thought they had deflected it, not ruled that way. And the Lady Cats are back to within 11-10. Timeout taken on the court. Forney 11, the Lady Cats 10. We're playing to 15 here in set 5. Back in a moment. Once again, Erica Van Bentham serving for the Lady Cats. They're down by 1 here in set 5, 11-10. Sulphur Springs won the first 2, Forney the next 2, and set up this set 5. And here's Erica Van Bentham's serve. It's a good one. And Forney will set up the net. They feather it over. Lady Cats went for a dig, couldn't get it. And Forney is up 12-10. That was a huge point. And I'll tell you, both teams very effective with those soft kills tonight. You don't have to always murder that ball. Forney with a 12-10 lead. And the nemesis back there, Maddie Becker serving to get it across. Hit by Bree Ivory. Hammock sets it up. Sadie Washburn blasted across. Forney kept it alive, and their shot is blocked. A point for the Lady Cats. That was either Sydney Washburn or Brooklyn Burnside with a block. And the Lady Cats again back to within one at 12-11. And Chilamoya is back to serve for the Lady Cats. Forney by 1 point here in set 5. Chella's serve, a good one. And there's the second hit up near the net. Jones drives it across, dug by Paris Pickett, but into the net. The Lady Cats can't get it out of there. And Forney is 2 points away from victory here. They lead 13-11. But sometimes you start 2 points away from victory and you say, well, we were 2 points away from victory when we didn't get victory if the other team scores 4 points. So all kinds of scenarios. Right now, Forney leads the Lady Cats 13-11. And another good server, Corrine Taysom, is back to serve for the Lady Rabbits. Set 5, 13-11, Forney lead. Taysom bouncing the heck out of that volleyball, and here's the serve. It's a good one hit by Moya. Hammock pops it up, and over by Sadie Washburn. And now Forney feathers it up. Nothing but feather finishes, and now Paris Pickett pops it up. And Sadie Washburn went for the hard kill, and it missed the back line. And here is set and match point against the Lady Cats. They trail 14-11. No margin for error for the Lady Cats now if they want to get out of here with a win. Here's Taysom's serve, dug by Paris Pickett. Hammock will set it up, feathered over by Sadie Washburn, and now Forney hit it, and the Lady Cats returned it. Now Forney goes for the kill. The Lady Cats can't return it, and Forney has won, and they are storming to the court. They can hardly organize a low five because Forney girls were celebrating. They stopped long enough to exchange the low fives, but they will explode when they get out of there, as they have come from the brink of disaster here, losing the first 2 sets and then roaring back and winning the last 3. What a volleyball match, and you just hate to be on the losing end of this one. Trying to mark my book here. Maybe I'll understand it when it's all over. Lady Cats won the first set 25-22, and then won the second set. It looked like that was going to be a big part of this match. They won 30-28 to go up 2-0. But then Forney began to put things together in the third set and won very one-sidedly 25-11 in set 3. And then continued that good play with a 25-19 win in set 4. And that set up this 5th set, which kind of rocked along there, and at one time was only 11-10 and 12-11 actually. And from that point, Forney scored the next 3 points to take a 15-11 win here at Canton. Boy, what a volleyball game. And I don't remember the Lady Cats playing at such a level for 2 matches in a row. Obviously this is as big of a setting as they've had in a long, long time. And area just kind of seems to be the roadblock right now for the Lady Cats. This happened, I think, back in 15. They won their very first playoff game in a long, long time when they won back in 15. I think they even... I don't know. I only go back to about 06 or so. Maybe I think in 05 I've been told that they played in by-district and lost. And after that, a long drought that lasted until 15. And that was an area team. They won in dramatic fashion against Corsicana, and then really got clobbered by Mansfield Legacy. Compared to this was no clobbering. This was a knockdown, drag-out. that Forney had just enough to carry this game away. And this could stick with them for a while. There's no telling if they left it all on the court. But it will be Forney to move on and either play Greenville or Midlothian in the next round. But this has just been a tremendous year for Bailey Dorner's team, kind of a up and down season with a real hard, trying to get some cohesiveness and everything. Just 4-6 in district play, end up as the 4 seed. But my goodness, did Bailey bring this team together in the playoffs. And after a solid win over Hallsville 3-0, then the Lady Cats give it all they've got here and give Forney all they wanted here tonight. In a 3-2 loss that went all the way down to the 5th set, with Forney winning it 15-11. So a knockdown drag-out, but this will be one that we'll remember for a long time. And all the fans that saw it will not soon forget the quality of volleyball that they saw here tonight. Wow, and Doug got it all on tape, so every time you see it, you'll be able to relive the Hallsville win and this tough loss to Forney here tonight by a great group of Lady Cats. And so we'll be doing a farewell interview either later tonight around the court or tomorrow around the school. And that's going to end the season for the Lady Cats. And as we say every time, it always ends too soon. Unless you win the state championship, your last game is usually always a loss. And that's the way it goes. Or you don't get in the playoffs, and then you may have a last win, but you never got to the playoffs, and that's disappointing in itself. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here from Canton. James Terry running spots back at the station. Doug Haston shooting video, and this one will replay on Channel 18. It'll also be posted to YouTube, and we certainly thank Coach Richard Haynes from Forney for agreeing to all that. He also agreed to the live stream. We just couldn't do it. It was an equipment issue that here in the gym, they just do not have what we require in order to do the live stream, and what they do have, we don't have the equipment to make that work. So all in all, just kind of one of those deals. I'm Don Julian with your play-by-play. Once again, final score here from Canton in an area playoff game between the Lady Cats and Forney. Forney wins this thriller by the score of 3-2. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and so long, everybody.